Okay, guys, I'm back. Been a while, but still going after it. Gonna give you a little tour of everything that's going on or has been going on. Been super busy, which is a good thing. So I have another head gasket job in a Subaru. This car lot customer of mine, he does it to every single one of them, so they don't come back. So this one will get head gaskets, timing belt, intake, all the associated gaskets, camshaft seals, oil change, antifreeze, flush, everything. So there's no complaints. And it's getting a rear wheel bearing and a thorough look-see and check over. So we might have brakes or sway bar links, anything like that he wants taken care of. So we got that coming. That's going to be tonight. I'm pulling the engine out of it, I do believe, if everything goes as planned. I just did an engine in a Cobalt. So that's the old engine that came out of it, which it jumped time because the chain it's not loose now. It's probably on the stroke that the cams are pulling it tight. But we're going to tear that apart and salvage that motor, and I'm going to list it for sale and then get another job out of that engine. The customer didn't want it. They just wanted the car to run, so it's my engine now. We're going to make some money with that after the fact. We've got some ag tires. I got to clean these up. These are going to go on the 2 restorations that are going on. ST12, some means no, lost spark. Gary Ray, I don't know if you watch these, but I'm gonna take your advice and tear it apart tonight. Ignition switch is loose because I was messing with that. I actually have one that's just, since that cover's missing, it actually helped. I was able to put a switch on there, but there's no Sparky. She was a good runner, and that isn't my wiring. That was somebody else did that. I hope that didn't mess it up. I never dove into that to redo their wiring. But nobody's here, everybody took off, so we'll give a little tour of the junk out here. Just got done cleaning up. I had a brake line job, which is that Tahoe over there. GM has a pre-bent brake line kit. I had to put that all on, had to raise the body and everything to get them in. This is a friend of mine. I put the engine in this a long time ago. It's all still running good and everything, but the 4-wheel drive's not working and the gauge cluster, the tachometer doesn't work, so we sent that off to get fixed. And while I was here, I undercoated his wife's car, and he wanted this one undercoated, so I did all that. So everything's looking pretty under here. I do suspect that this is the issue, the 4-wheel drive actuator, or this transfer case is junk. So we'll find out. I'll pull the plug and see what the fluid looks like. See if there's a massive amount of metal shavings. I had to, that metal there, it looks okay. It's not my best work. But I used angle iron. And I had to fandangle it over here because that's where the winder is for the spare tire. Because this was all broken out of it and rusted out, so we had to fix that. Then old Goldie's going to be getting put away soon. I'm buying another S10 tonight, actually, to give it a rest during the winter. And what else do we have? That's my friend's Subaru. It has a blown brake line. Such a nice car and rusty underneath. I undercoated that a week or so ago. And we got the Suburban 12 was out here. It's running pretty good. I overfilled it with oil. And the little helper I have, has been cleaning it. So it's turning out pretty nice. We got some spillage there. I don't know where that came from. We put the better looking dash on it out of my parts hoard. But it's not charging. It's probably the regulator or something along those lines. Cleaning it up. And what else? Oh, that's the Cobalt over there that pulled the engine out of and put the other one in. Oh, here's some fun. This Saturn over here is my donor that I got the engine out of. It runs perfect, or it did run perfect. Now it's running perfect in the Cobalt. But the people walked away from this one. I told a few people I was looking for an engine, and a friend of mine brought the whole damn car over here, so yanked her out. It hit so hard that Where's the crack at? Oh, right there. Whole transmission case is blown apart. So, but yeah, that was a fun project. Here would be the Cobalt that the engine got put into. But other than that, just making money and trying to get things cleared out of here. This Envoy's been here way too long. Because I'm trying to do it as like a favor. He's the guy that's going to be towing the S10 I'm buying, which that's another story. But hopefully tonight we'll get... I got to switch the rear end back in that one. That's another story there. I'll show you. The original rear end, the pulley sheared off. So I went through all my parts. And got a pulley out of a 67. Where the fuck is that rear end? Oh, it's back here. So we got the better pulley, the cast iron pulley. And the parking brake mechanism on these older ones is just like a little fork that moves it. Well, the rear end that I put in the orange one is out of a newer one. It's actually out of a Big Ugly. When I parted him out, the parts sat all over here for a while, and then instead of me moving that rear end, I just took the took that one out and put the one out of Big Ugly in there. But parking brake's not working, and the rod is slightly too short, which I could adjust it, but I still don't like the parking brake situation because the way the older ones work, they have a bolt that just is a stopper here, but the newer ones have that roll pin that's pounded through the frame. And so now, since I put this style parking brake on the orange one out there, you can push this way beyond, and then it almost starts applying it again. So it's not right. So I'm going to put the original rear end back in it, clean it up and paint it and service it. And then that'll get put back in. Because the brake band, everything's fine on that one. And the brakes worked perfect when it was in there until I was doing some wheelies and popped the pulley off. So but that's where I've been. I bought myself a nice new jack. I've been messing with the 69 Suburban 12, so that orange just made me have to buy it. But we're gonna tear into this hopefully tonight in the Subaru. And I need to get this running because the grass out there, I don't know if you've noticed, is getting pretty tall. But there's about an acre here I mow. It's pretty fun, something to do. But yeah, that grass is getting pretty darn tall, guys. I need to get that trimmed up. But just want to let you know I'm still alive. Once the rear end switched in that guy and get the charging issue fixed or possibly not, and that doesn't really, I mean, it's going back into storage and not really going to do much of anything. I want to put a metal pan seat on it, a 3-point hitch, and steering wheel center cap and some stupid things, and pretty much be done with it. And I'd like to put bigger back tires on it, ag tires, but it's pretty damn windy out there and getting cold, so that's why I think I'm going to come in here and start pulling this out and maybe get after the ST12 tonight once we get back from getting that truck. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a debacle. So just a little check in with you guys, and hopefully we get that guy running again because I miss driving around. I just got it with the ag tires on it right and got that damn axle seal to stop leaking Rooney, and everything was going good, and now all of a sudden we got a new issue. So I was going to come here and put the nice padded seat cover Kaylin made on it, but it doesn't deserve it till she's running again. So, but we'll see if we get her running tonight, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow or something, see if we get her running. Talk to you guys later.